Hi, everyone. Welcome to the second part of our final AI session. In the last video, we talked about the difference between traditional AI and generative AI. Today, we are going to go a little deeper and talk about something more personal. What is your relationship with AI? Let's talk about traditional AI first. So you can think of traditional AI like a powerful cheat engine in a video game. It can help you win faster, but only if you are the one playing. No user, no function, no input, no output. That's why we said earlier, traditional AI helps you become more efficient at specific tasks, so you can free up time for deeper thinking. But if you choose not to think, if you just enjoy the convenience and stop growing, then yes, one day you might be replaced. Because traditional AI is built to do one job much better than humans. And if you hand over that job completely, you also hand over your learning. And without that learning, you risk becoming the one who is replaced. Not because you are not smart, but because you stop growing. Now let's look at generative AI. Generative AI is something else. It's more like a mirror for your inner mind. When you interact with it, it reflects your intentions, your curiosity, your energy, and your fears. Let me explain. If you come to AI with a lazy question, just wanting a shortcut or a fast answer, AI will reflect that energy back to you. It will give you a shallow, generic response, no insight, no depth, no soul. That's why so many people say AI just gives boring answers. It's not that helpful. But the truth is, it's not the AI's fault. AI doesn't have a good or bad answers. AI doesn't have morality or intention. It's just a mirror. And what you see in the mirror depends on how you show up. If your question is deep, if it carries your thought, your purpose, your energy, then AI will reflect something very different. The response may be specific. It may feel thoughtful, even meaningful. You might even read it and think, wow, that's exactly what I needed. That's because you asked as a thinker, not a consumer. You were present, and AI mirrored that presence back to you. So here's something I want you to really remember. The power of AI doesn't come from its code. It comes from the quality of your questions. AI has no judgment, no awareness, no creativity. The one with all of that is still you. You are the thinker, creator, the guide. AI is just a mirror. So now we have to ask, how can we ask better questions? How can we bring more energy, more depth, more truth into the way we interact with AI? That's what we will explore next. Let's take one of the most common questions people ask these days. Will AI take my job? At first glance, this sounds like a practical question, but if it is asked in this way, it is a question that reaches outward. It looks for someone else to give an answer, yes or no, safe or not. But here's the thing, no one can really tell you the truth because we are not prophets, we are not fortune tellers. Even if a professor tells you yes or no, what does that change? You are still left in uncertainty. You are still waiting for someone smarter, wiser, higher to come down and say, this is your fate, accept it. That's not how real growth works, okay? So let me ask you, can the same question be asked in a different way? I hope your answer now is yes, because that's exactly what we have learning over the past 7 weeks. To ask the same question, but with more power, more honesty, more wisdom. Remember in week 6, we talked about what makes a high energy question. I give you 3 simple elements. Remember? View, connection, depth. Now let's apply them to ask the same question. Will AI take my job? Okay. Please pause for a moment and listen to a small voice inside you. The voice whispers in your ear, I wonder if AI will replace me. And then underneath that, you'll hear something even softer. I don't want it to. I want to grow. I want to stay valuable. That's your real speaking. Next, connection. When you look around the world around you, you notice how powerful AI has become. You read stories, GPT-4 scoring in the 90th percentile on the bar exam, passing medical licensing exams, passing MBA finals from Harvard University. You see that more than half the students, 56%, have already used AI on assignments or exams. And there's something even more interesting. 54% of those students admit they believe it's actually cheating. You see that people are still stuck in the same fear. Will I be replaced? Will I be left behind? But now you are not just reading stats. You are feeling something personal. Because this is not just about jobs anymore. It's about you, about who you want to become. That's your connection. And then comes the final part, depth. You sit with the question. You do not force an answer. You stay with it. You let it open you up. And suddenly your question changes. It becomes, what kind of relationship do I want with AI? How can I grow with it instead of being afraid of it? That's not a question for someone else to answer. That's the question you live into. That's the kind of question that builds something inside you. Now, let me share a little of my own journey with AI from the end of 2022, when generative AI first appeared. I have been living with this same question you have asked. What does AI mean for us as humans, as learners, as creators? Is it here to replace us or to grow with us? And over time, by using the same method I have shared with you, will, connection, depth, I have slowly found an answer that feels true for me. Now I want to share with you. It may not be the only truth, but a possible one. Let's look at this image. This is how I now see the relationship between humans and AI. I think of AI models like GPT-4 not as a threat, but as soil, rich, full of nutrients, waiting to nourish something, if you know how to grow. Think back to your own experience when you tried combining random words to create new product ideas. Didn't you notice how many more possibilities show up when you work with Copilot? That's exactly what I mean. AI is the soil. You are the seed. But a seed cannot grow without roots. And your roots start with awareness. The awareness that the result of your interaction with AI depends on you. You are the one in the driver's seat, not the AI. Then comes to the trunk of the tree, the strong part that holds everything else up. And what builds that trunk? You resonate high energy questions. Every deep, meaningful question you ask become part of your stress. And every time you receive a thoughtful response from AI, that's a leaf. Every new insight you get from AI's response, that's a branch. And if you keep going, if you keep asking, keep learning, keep growing, one day something starts to happen. Your relationship with AI begins to bloom. You stop asking questions like, will AI take my job? Because your life, your actions, your growth have already become the answer. You are no longer afraid because you are living your response. You are showing others through the way you lead, the way you adapt, the way you create. There's nothing to fear. Every high energy question you ask adds to your roots, your trunk, your growth. And maybe now you realize something, that for the past 7 weeks in this class, we were not just learning how to do analytics using custom intelligence. We were using this content to learn how to build a key to open the door of AI. And that key is your resonate high energy questions. Not someone else, not a formula, no prompt you copy from others, but a question only you can ask, because it comes from your own journey, the one that fits the lock of your own AI. In the next video, we will talk about how to train your own AI using established AI platform like ChatGPT. See you in the next video.